Hello, Gabriel.
Hello, Martina.
This orchid is blooming, and you left this orchid when you were visiting me for 2 weeks. You left it in my apartment, and always when I see this orchid, I think of you. And and even when I see orchids somewhere else in other apartments, I think of Gabriel. So in my case, orchids are connected with you. And
Yeah,
my first question is, do you have things, do you take some things with you that remind you on something else?
kind of. I have like I was in the mage training and we had the exercise of building a mage altar. And before when I was at home, I had like a sideboard below the TV in my living room, and there were lots of little things that like had some meaning to me. And
Mhm.
I carry some of them around.
What, for example?
Like there's a piece it's like a piece of um bone from the I don't know the name of this bone from some animal in Portugal, and I found it after doing a process, and it still has the teeth in there, and it stands for I don't let myself be. Ich lasse mich so nicht behandeln. I don't let myself be treated that way.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it was in the process about making a boundary, and then I have this reminding thing. Or I also don't know the English word. It's like the thing of the animals, like from a deer.
Mhm.
And I found it um, in the woods, and it doesn't have any meaning, and it somehow I carry it with me, and it reminds me of this moment when I was there in this was a very crazy forest where like the top layer of soil was like 30 centimeters deep, so you could really for every step I was sinking in a lot.
Mhm. Mhm. Do you also have things that remind you on your former life, the life where you still lived in an apartment and had a job? Do you have some of those things?
No,
You're not sure?
I'm not sure. I carry around so many things. I mean, it's a very small backpack, and yet it's like so many different items. And
Mhm.
I don't have this. I like at the moment right now. There's not an item that I have like that stands for. Okay, this is my old life.
What, for example?
I don't know.
I mean, but you gave away many things. You had an apartment full of things, and many of them you gave away, and some of them I know that you took them to your family and leave them there, or you perhaps you already threw something away. And I also did give away some things, and the my relation to the stuff that stays with me changed somehow, because now that I have less things, they have another meaning. And in your case, I think it's very extreme, because you said goodbye to almost everything. And how did that change your relationship to the things that you carry around?
It's still. I wouldn't know how to pack more lightly. I wouldn't know what to give away because some things I just think I need, and at the same time it's still so many things. Like I'm not traveling. I'm traveling with like a carry-on backpack
Mm-hmm.
that fits in the carry-on size of airplanes, and then like like a small backpack for like a day pack. And still there are so many things, and I have so much stuff that I still just carry around with. Like for example, I have a cord, like a cord. It's
Or what is that?
Schnur.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like to at some point, if I need a cord somewhere, I have 10 meters of cord, and it's like this. It's like, I don't know, maybe twice the diameter of a lighter width. Like it's not so big, and it's like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 10 meters of cord, and whenever I need it, I have 10 meters of cord. But do I really need it, or am I just carrying it around to have eventually, maybe I need it someday?
Mm-hmm. Does it have to do with security?
Yeah, somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I have a survival strategy of being prepared
Mm-hmm.
for anything. And I'm flying to Portugal tomorrow, and I think that I have too many clothes. And at the same time, I'm scared of the weather being the same temperature as here, and it wasn't so warm today. So it's like this. It's like I wanna take less and still take the stuff I'm taking.
Mm-hmm. Do you have to think much of these things, what you carry around, what you leave here, because in my case, I have an apartment, and if I don't need it, I throw it in the corner and don't think about it anymore. But you always have to organize everything. You have to manage and think about what do I take with me, what do I leave here, and where do I leave it, and when do I get it back, and when will I need it? Does it take much energy to manage that?
No,
No.
because I try to be at the same space for a few weeks at a time, and not travel so much. So I get at some point and I just unpack, and then I live there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my stuff, and a lot of, like, many things just stay in the backpack, and many things I use, and then I have to repack again. But I know that everything is gonna fit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not so dangerous in a way.
Let's come to the most important question for today. Why did you shave your hair?
Do you want to hear the story?
No, I want to know why you did that. Perhaps it's a story, I don't know.
In February, at the end of February, I had the impulse to shave my head, and I just said, I thought, like, I should shave my head for no reason. Just, I did it once before, maybe 12 or 15 years ago. I'm not sure. Very long, maybe 10 years ago. I don't know anymore. It's so long ago. And I even shaved it with a razor then. I didn't do it this time. And I again had the impulse of, I should shave my head in mid-May.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like resisting it, and it didn't went away.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a reason. I just shaved my head, and I somehow, when I look at the camera, it seems I look weird. For me, I look weird. It's so unusual of who I think I am. And, like, Jesse, he's a colleague of mine in the trainer path.
Mm-hmm.
He shaved his beard, and he said after 12 years he now shaved his beard because he didn't want to know his familiar face. He wanted to have an unfamiliar face. And I thought, oh, that's nice. Like, this is something I want to try somehow. And I already had the impulse, and then this came on top, and then I said, okay, let's go.
And how was it right after you went out of friseur? I don't know. Shape
Oh,
of-
I did it myself.
You did it yourself?
I did it myself.
And
And it was very, like, I took a shower, and it was so weird. And my head is very sensitive. And I put some cream on it and some lotion, and that fixed a lot. Yeah.
And has it something to do with hiding or not hiding anymore? This because people can see more of you. Does it feel like, oh wow, people can see me now, or how is that?
I wouldn't say so. And the feedback that I got is not about, like, for the beard, I agree, and for the head, I don't agree so much. It's more about having more anger and being more direct somehow. Yeah, this is the feedback that I got, that I'm like, people told me that they're scared of the focused energy I put out now, which is crazy, because, like, when I don't look at the mirror, or when I don't touch my head, it's, for me, I'm the same person, and yet I have a different I express more clarity just by looking different. And it's also an experiment of how much does your look, like, create who you are. What if you would shave your head bald? You would be a completely different person. Yeah.
Okay.
And I like it. Like, I can imagine staying like this for a while.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you,
See you
Martina.
next week. Next week we meet in Portugal, right?
Yes.
Cool. Goodbye.
Goodbye.